Harley Quinn is probably one of the most popular DC characters of all time. Her character was originally intended to be a bit part in the Joker's life, a cameo appearance, if you will, in the animated Batman series. But her popularity soared almost overnight, and as a result she was granted a bigger role in the DC universe. Currently she is somewhat of an anti-hero, often being perceived as quite chaotic in the comics. She doesn't necessarily have villainous intentions per se, but sometimes gets pulled in that direction. Though for the most part right now she aims to stay more on the good side of things. She was formerly just Joker's girlfriend, but has outgrown even that role, pursuing relationships with a few different characters, including my gal, Poison Ivy. Today we are going to take a look through Harley's history and examine the top 10 times her character took things, and trust me, a dramatic flair like Harley lends well to taking things further than they needed to go. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Catapults away. Harley has a strange recurring obsession with catapults that the comics humorlessly take too far, including a time that Harley creates a scatapult in response to people complaining about her wealth of pets. She got a lot of pets. I'm sure you can guess what this device fires. Yep, scat. Animal poo. She even resorts to creating a catapult for her friend Red Tool, DC's Deadpool parody character. The two are fending off a zombie horde when Red Tool has his hand bitten. As such, Harley cuts it off only to discover that Red Tool does not possess regeneration powers. Knowing that she has to get him to a hospital and fast as he's bleeding, she decides to get him there via catapult. Yeah, Harley would fit well in the Dark Ages, methinks. Number 9. Hitman. In Harley Quinn Volume 2 Issue 7, Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn notice that someone has put out a hit on Harley after she keeps getting attacked. Ivy decides to investigate. Well, Harley tries to rest, and through investigation Ivy uncovers that it was Harley herself who put out the hit on herself. Yeah. It turns out that Harley somehow managed to accidentally do this while sleepwalking. She really needs to be more careful apparently with her sleepwalking, as Harley is even deadly in her sleep, apparently. Deadly especially to herself, but even more deadly to those who come to complete the hit in order to get the bounty promised, whom she almost single-handedly defeats. Well, once she wakes up again, of course. Number 8. Becoming a Lantern. Harley of course doesn't just become any lantern, oh no. In her series Harley's Black Little Book, she loses a bid on Weebay for a Green Lantern ring, but is offered another ring by the seller. She decides to buy it and pays $5 grand. The ring she gets though is not a Green Lantern ring, but a Black and Red Lantern ring. Combo ring. How appropriate, fully matches her costume, making her a combo of anger and death that just equals full evil. Harley then proceeds to go on a rampage throughout the city, destroying anyone who gets in her way or doesn't agree to have fun with her, and by fun I of course mean setting the city on fire and wreaking havoc with her. But don't worry, Hal Jordan shows up to stop her with some flirting and some arm wrestling. Of course, the best ways to stop any villain. Number 7. Killed the Joker. In the Injustice games we see Harley and Joker getting married amidst the flames as Gotham burns. At their wedding reception, Joker pushes her face into their wedding cake, a playful joke that causes Harley to snap. She experiences a psychotic break brought on by the years of torture and abuse suffered by the Joker, and slices his throat with their cake-cutting knife. This seems like a very severe reaction to a little joke, and I completely recognize that Harley is a victim of abuse, and it is her years of abuse that drives her to kill the Joker. However, the two have always abused one another, and threatened to kill each other many times. Heck, the couple have even attempted to kill each other on multiple occasions, but actually going through with it seems above the board for Harley, and kind of outside of her character. Number 6. Female Furies. After a trial, Harley is offered the opportunity to stay on Apocalypse and join the Female Furies by Granny Goodness. While her outfit is amazing, and Harley seems to have a great deal of fun fighting and slaying demons on Apocalypse, the Female Furies are known for being the guards of Darkseid. In fact, Big Barda was once the leader of the Female Furies before she defected. Considering that Darkseid is one of the biggest bads there is, Harley serving him seems like an overall bad idea, one that was taken a bit too far. Oh, and also her mission is to take down Petite Tina, who is not really super petite. In other words, as pretty as these few issues are, Harley becoming a female Fury in 2016 just seems like a step in the wrong direction for her character. Number 5. Almost killed Batman. Despite being Joker's girlfriend during most of her time in the comics, Harley has had quite the thing for Batman. Well, maybe a little less so for Batman, but definitely more for Bruce Wayne. Despite this, she has almost killed the Bat on more than one occasion, succeeding where the Joker has otherwise failed. Granted, the Joker doesn't usually explicitly want to kill Batman anyway. One such attempt involves Poison Ivy and Harley kidnapping Bruce and manipulating him with mind control to take them on a shopping spree. During this adventure, they left him for dead at the bottom of an elevator shaft. Yeah. And then of course there is the time in Mad Love where she successfully lured Batman into a trap and almost killed him just to get the Joker's undivided attention. Number 4. Mr. J cosplay. Remember that time that the Joker had his face voluntarily skinned off by the doll maker? That face made its rounds, grossing out everyone in the DC universe. One such instance where it also grossed us out obviously involves Harley, who got her hands on it and decided to turn Deadshot into a grotesque Joker cosplay with it. He was tied up at the time and she placed Mr. J's face on him, despite Deadshot's pleading her to stop. She then proceeds to use him as a means of therapy, asking Deadshot, as though he were the Joker, why he left her. It's all pretty grotesque, including the part where Harley straddles his lap, suggesting they get more physical, and also kisses him while he's wearing the face. Blah. Number 3. Brainwashing Tim Drake. Harley has taken a slew of things too far as a result of Joker's influence, I'll grant you, but one of the worst involved Tim Drake. She and Joker kidnapped this Robin after luring him into a trap. They spirit him away to Arkham Asylum, where he is exposed to shock therapy treatment and a variety of serums until he finally breaks, giving Joker a wealth of information and giving into insanity, becoming Joker Jr., loyal to the pair and almost appearing like their son. Ooh. Tim Drake, under this guise, even almost killed Batman. This whole experience made me understand and feel a little bit better about the revelation that Harley had a daughter who she kept far away from her and Mr. J. I get it, Harley, I get it. Number 2. Serial Killer Harley. In the series Justice League Gods and Monsters, Harley Quinn is reimagined as Harley Quinn, a serial killer who tortures her victims and dismembers them in an attempt to craft the perfect model family. Batman gets wind of this and heads out to stop her. He's able to free her most recent victim, a scared young girl. Harley Quinn fights with a sledgehammer and a chainsaw and is wounded in the fight against Batman, and is later actually eventually killed by Batman, who turns out in this incarnation to be a vampire, so he kills people and eats them. As though Harley wasn't scary enough as a foe in her current form, turning her into the serial killer Harley Quinn just makes her plain terrifying, something directly out of a slasher horror film. I would watch that horror film. Number 1. Killed children. The worst thing about this vile act is that Harley does it for almost seemingly no reason. Not with the Joker at the time. Harley is working to keep herself busy and is looking for some kind of motivation in her life, so she hatches a scheme. She goes around handing out free video games to children on the street. Turns out the video games are bombs. Right before she's about to detonate them, there is a little bit of a pause, leaving us to wonder if Harley will actually go through with the deed and kill all of these children. She looks as though she maybe feels remorse that she'll decide in the end not to go through with her dastardly plan. But then she gives the order. As explosions are simultaneously booming across Gotham, Harley looks on, slightly remorseful, but mostly unmoved. Numb. Thank you so much for watching, Nerd Squad. How do you feel about Harley Quinn? Do you love her? Hate her? Are you excited to see her in DC's Birds of Prey? Are you nervous about the film? Let us know in the comments below. And also be sure to let us know about some of your favorite Harley moments. One of my favorite moments is when Harley broke it off with Mr. J and beat him up, even biting him when he tried to kiss her. You get it, Harley. I also just love so many of the moments her and Poison Ivy share. I love them together. While you are on your way down to the comments to express yourself, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and ring our bell if you love Harley as much as we do. This is Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you as always to stay nerdy, YouTube.